What is up, and welcome back to Cryptographics. Today we're going over how you can buy Pulse or PLS token and PulseX or PLSX. So before we get into today's video, all the links for the video as well as the websites and anything we talk about will be in the description so you can follow along. So before we get into today's video, let's just go over everything from the beginning and what we're going to be covering. So first things first, you cannot buy Pulsechain token, PLS, or PLSX, which is the PulseX token. However, today I'm going to show you how to take an Ethereum token or any ERC20 for that matter through the entire process and purchase both PLS and PLSX on the testnet. So that way when Pulsechain does live, because it is not live yet, when it is live, you can go there and you can buy it seamlessly if you so chose. So you will be able to buy PLSX and PLS again once Pulsechain mainnet goes live, which at the extreme earliest could be in the next 4 to 6 week range at the extreme earliest. So let's get started and go over what today's video you're going to need for today's video to follow along. So to follow along with me, because guys, I do recommend that you don't just watch this video and go assume that you're going to be able to do it. There might be little hiccups that your computer might throw you a curveball depending on anything at all, right? So just get used to this, practice this, do it with me. And if you can pause the video at any point and go over it and get to the same point I am so that way you understand exactly how to do it. But in order to be able to do what I'm doing and follow along with me, you are going to need Google Chrome. You're going to have to make sure you download MetaMask or some kind of browser extension wallet. But I think MetaMask is the one that is the way to go for now. You need and you can download this in the Chrome extensions browser, and you have the Pulsechain testnet V2B network plugged into your MetaMask settings. I will have all the links for all of this in the video or in the description, at the bottom. Okay. And one note on MetaMask, because this is a wallet and you may decide to use this wallet as your end-all be-all wallet. If this is your first time downloading and using MetaMask, write down your seed phrase on a piece of paper and store it in a secure location. Never share it with anyone offline, and never give your seed words over the internet, ever. So pause the video if you need to hear. Go to the links. Make sure you have Google Chrome. You have MetaMask already, and you've downloaded the Pulsechain testnet V2B network settings at pulsechain.com. Okay, so let's get into the next step. Awesome. So the first place we're going to go is called pulseramp.com. This is the place where the bridge will be, and you'll be able to bring things from Ethereum over to the Pulsechain network when it goes live. Now, what you're going to probably notice is that I have a little white with a black Ethereum logo saying Rinkeby testnet. Now that is a testnet, so a test version of the Ethereum network to be able to interact with other protocols to make sure things work right. Also, the Pulsechain testnet you can see is over here on the right. To switch back and forth between networks, I'm just going to give you a quick overview of what is going on here, okay? So this button up at the top right, this is to switch the direction of the bridge. So currently, the direction of the bridge is from the Rinkeby testnet to Pulsechain testnet, okay? So we can switch this by either clicking here, right in the middle, or up at the top right corner of the screen as well. So if we want to stay on the Ethereum network, which we do for today's video, we're just going to leave this alone. Now, you're probably wondering, if you're here and you have connected to Rinkeby, which by just connecting to this site, by the way, when you switch over to Rinkeby, your little pop-up for MetaMask will come down and it will ask to connect and switch to this network. You are going to want to switch to this network. It is safe. Okay. Once you do that though, you're probably wondering, why don't I have Ethereum, or how do I get Ethereum? Because you'll see I have a little bit in here. This is test Ethereum. So again, the description for this site and this faucet I'm about to talk about, where you get the Ethereum that I have, is also in the description. Okay. So in the description, you click the Rinkeby faucet. Now in your MetaMask, if you open this up, you see at the top here, it's going to say whatever account 1, 2, whatever you've named it, and then it's going to show copy to clipboard. Okay, you're going to click that. You're going to come into this site. You're going to paste with Command V or right clicking or whatever you want to do, and you're going to make sure your wallet address goes in there. You're going to press send me ETH. Okay. And then once this happens, you go back over to the Pulsechain bridge. And in a moment, you'll see that all that ETH that you acquired out of the Rinkeby testnet will eventually show up. Now, we don't have to worry about sitting here and waiting for that to show up for my stuff. We have a little bit here. So we're just going to go and continue on with today's video. So when we're doing this, I want you to envision this as you have a coin in your wallet, or a token in your wallet. It could be SHIB, it could be Chainlink, it could be ETH, it could be USDC, it could be USDT. It doesn't matter what the coin is. The point of this video is to show you how to bridge something from Ethereum all the way over to Pulsechain and then purchase it from it, and all of the ins and outs that you have to look out for and how to do it exactly. Okay. So for this video, I'm using ETH. Envision it as anything you want. So what we're going to do here is I want to bring over, let's do 0.1. Okay. We're going to send 0.1 ETH, and there is a bridge fees, which is 0.1%, which is okay. So what we're going to do is when I'm ready to send, I got 0.1, I'm good to go. It's going from Rinkeby to the Pulsechain. I am going to send to that side of the network. So we're going to click, and we're going to see this screen pop up. And all we have to do is press send, and then it takes about 30 or so seconds to bridge everything over. There is a little bit of a delay. It has to go through a few steps. So I'm going to click send, and then I will come back once everything is done on this end. Okay, so perfect. You can see the transfer is complete. It says send 0.1 ETH from Rinkeby testnet, receive 0.09999 ETH, which we're going to talk about on the Pulsechain testnet. Okay, so we're going to close this window, and we are going to now switch this direction of the bridge, so that way this screen pops up, and allow this site to test. And I'm wondering if you haven't already inputted the network settings and you see this screen, this is actually going to allow you to switch networks to Pulsechain testnet 2B. If this doesn't come up, you may need to switch your network settings, which I will go over actually right now just to remind you of how to do that. So we're going to switch the network, and then in order to see your network settings and to put in, remember at pulsechain.com, so this is in the description, you go to the top of your screen here, which shows whatever network you're on, and you go to the bottom and you click add network. Okay. When you click add network, you're going to get brought to this screen. Now, if you're on pulsechain.com, you're going to put in the network name, the new RPC URL, the chain ID, the currency symbol, and the block explorer URL, and then click save. And then when you come back over here, you will be connected perfectly. Okay. There'll be no issues. So we're on the Pulsechain network. Okay. We've got our tokens over, and the first thing we're going to do is just check to see if it's in our wallet. Now, what you guys will probably notice is that you don't have ETH in your wallet. Okay. I actually do. So let's go and just hide this for a second. We're going to hide this, and then you come in here and, oh no, you don't see your token. Okay. What do? Well, at the top of here where it says ETH, there's this import token button. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to press that button, and it's going to bring up this window, and you're going to see it's going to want to import or add the suggested token, the ETH, okay, with the exact balance. And what we can do is just press add token. And what that does is when we come into our MetaMask here and we open it up, we'll now see that Ethereum. Okay. So that's the easiest way to import this. And this will come in handy later because we may run into this again once we get into the PulseX exchange. So now that we've got that, we've got our Ethereum over, we are going to go to the PulseX testnet app. Okay. And remember, this link to this is in the description below. Okay. So we're going to go over to the app, the testnet app. Okay. So one thing that I did forget to mention, and I'm throwing this in the video because I realized afterwards that when you're on the PulseX exchange, you will need some test pulse or PLS tokens in order to transact on the network. Okay. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to go to this link, which of course I have in the description. And what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to go to this link, which I have in the description, which is faucet.v2b.testnet.pulsechain.com. And you're going to need to paste your address in here like we did for copying for the other faucet. And so basically you go to the top here, click on copy to clipboard. you'd paste it in here and you'd request. And since I just did it about 40 seconds ago, I can't do it anymore. But then when you come over to the Pulsechain bridge and you're on the Pulsechain network, or you can go to the exchange, it doesn't matter. What you're going to do is you're going to go to your assets and you will see TPLS show up in your wallet, okay? And you can do 10 per day and you can do lots and lots of transactions with one single pulse. So as long as you do that, then you can come onto the exchange and do everything that we're about to do. What we're going to need to do is, if we want to swap, this is the swapping function here. We have liquidity, we have farming, we have pools, but in order to actually exchange, we want to go to this exchange function here, and which you'll probably land on. I'll make sure that the link in the description is to come to this part of the page. What we're going to want to do is we're going to want to click on, because we're not swapping PLS, we're going to be swapping EETH, okay? And why it's called EETH, think of it like this. It came from the Ethereum network, so it's almost as though it's getting wrapped and letting the network, and you know that that's where it came from. It doesn't live on Pulse. It lives originally on Ethereum, so it's Ethereum-based ETH, right? That's why if we go over to, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. So check this out. If we go to, so we're on the Ethereum network right now, and the Pulse, if any Pulse could live on the Ethereum network, it would have to be called P-Pulse, right? It's like almost signifying where it's come from, okay? So if this is confusing, totally understandable. It's a weird concept to kind of wrap your head around, no pun intended, but just understand that this is signifying where it came from, okay? So the P is for Pulsechain, the E in ETH, the EETH, the small e is for Ethereum-based ETH. So now we're here, connect the wallet, and switch back to the network. Okay, so now that we're in here, you probably won't see this EETH in here like I do, okay? So how you would do that is the easiest way to, there's two ways. The first way, I'll show you the easy way. You go into your MetaMask at the top right. Once that opens, you go down to EETH. You click on it. You're going to see these three little buttons, or these three little dots at the top right here. We're going to click on that. Once you click that, you're going to see token details. Okay, this little eye here with a gray circle around it. You click that. This contract, there's a token contract address right here. All you have to do to import this token into PulseX, and this goes for any token, okay? It can be SHIB, it could be USDC, USDT, it could be Chainlink, it could be whatever, okay? Anything you can think of. You copy this to clipboard, come back over here, you paste it in. You're going to see EETH wrapped Ether on Pulsechain, okay? This is already active on mine, so I don't need to import that, and I can't, so I wouldn't need to worry about that. The second way you could do this is when the Pulse Bridge, when this is checked on, all you have to do is click this little gear here. So, but right beside where it says 8 tokens, there's this little gear. You can also click this and then click where it says C. Okay, so you click that and you're going to be brought to this site where you can then come to all of these different tokens, and you'll see this from the bridge. Okay, this is everything that the bridge has already updated that can be passed through at the moment. This isn't like a permanent what can be passed through, but this is what is just on the list, okay? This will probably be bigger once Pulsechain goes live. It'll probably list like every token, I'm assuming. But for now, this is just like a backup way for some reason, if you ever needed to get the contract address to import it either into Pulse or the PulseX DEX or into your wallet. And that will be right here. So on the side, you'll see these little 2 boxes. That's your copy to clipboard little button right there. So you copy that, you go back over here, then you go to tokens, then you paste it in, boom, EETH pops up, okay? And this will go, again, for any token you want, USDC, USDT, ETH, SHIB, doesn't matter. So now that we have done that, we'll see wrapped Ether in our options list to pick from, okay? So we're going to do that. We're going to pick ETH. We are going to want to change EETH for, let's do PulseX to start, okay? When we do that, we're going to put in, let's do 0.1, and we get 17,375, $15 worth. Once you're here, this is basically the easy way to do this. It's the only way to do it. It's super simple. You plug this into here, you press swap. Okay. Now, in the beginning of this whole system, when it goes live, the prices might be extremely volatile. Okay. So you're going to want to go to, where is it now? I think it is, okay. So what I did, guys, to get here is there's these little 3 dots right beside earn. Okay. Info. And what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to come down here and you're going to be able to check the prices for everything in the exchange. Okay. You're going to be able to see how much PulseX is worth, how much Pulse is. You're going to be able to see how much USDC coin is worth, make sure it's pegged, Pulse Doge, anything that's been brought over. Okay. Come here and just check to make sure the prices aren't absurd. But you will see when you are over here and you have your ETH ready to go and you want to do 0.1, you're going to see exactly how much it's worth. Okay. So just make sure that it's worth the amount that you expected. It's the amount you're going to get and you're good with it. And if you are good with it, you press swap. Now that we've, okay, perfect. So the transaction's confirmed. We now have 17,243 ETH and we can check that. Bye-bye. Going into our wallet. And I actually had a little bit still in here. So this just added to that. I think I had like 33,000 or something like that. So now that I have that, we've done the swap for PulseX. Now, something to keep in mind. Let's just go over some basics here for when Pulsechain does go live. If you have a strange token, like the most, if your token coming from Ethereum is a larger token and a lot of the community will either, or a lot of the community that holds that will want to come over, or they already know about Pulsechain, there's a chance that the pool that you'll be able to actually buy PulseX with your Ethereum or SHIB or USDC will already have been made. But it is if it is a more obscure token, like it's not something that's as well known, there is a chance that no one has made a pool yet for that token to be swapped with the token you want, right? Like let's say you have, I don't know, token X and you're the only person that's bringing that over. The only way you would swap that token by bridging it and swapping for PLSX is if someone made a pool, because that's where these exchanges that's how these exchanges allow you to swap tokens, is by someone making a pool of 2 tokens, right? That the dollar value put in for both tokens is equal, but the ratio between them will be different, right? Like they might be a 10-to-1 ratio, but it's each have $1,000 worth in there, right? But that pool needs to be there in order for you and I to trade coins on the net or on the exchange. So it may be a safer bet to place your coins or bridge over coins that, or tokens, sorry, that are more likely to be used on this network. So Ethereum is probably going to be bridged. SHIB will probably be bridged. And try and think of the token that you want that is going to be the easiest to switch on the network. Which community is going to be the most involved on Pulsechain, or which communities are going to be the most involved with Pulsechain on the get-go, and that might be the token that you'll want to use and bring over to switch for PulseX or Pulsechain, okay? And so if you were going to want to switch for Pulse, it's the same thing, guys. You come in here, you select Pulse, you 0.009, 607 Pulse, swap, confirm. That is how you buy PulseX and Pulse when Pulsechain does launch. Again, we don't know when Pulsechain is going to launch. I just wanted to make a quick video to make it 100% clear the exact path that you'll need to take. If you're bringing money from exchanges to MetaMask, like from Binance or Coinbase or any major centralized exchange, there's going to be a withdraw function in that network. And all you're going to need to do is go into your MetaMask here. There will be specific steps to take within the exchange that your coins are sitting in. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to the top of the wallet here, copy this to clipboard, and then wherever that menu is to withdraw, this is where you take your address from and you paste it into the address that you're sending to in your exchange. Now you can do a quick Google search of how to send from Coinbase or Binance or any exchange to MetaMask, and it will give you the instructions to do that as well. But this is just a little primer for it. Okay. So once you've sent your tokens here from the exchange, then you can do this whole process. Go over from the bridge, go over to PulseX, and swap. It's essentially 3 steps and a 4th step included if you have your coins on an exchange. And if you're watching this, okay, and you made it this far, for one, thank you. But for two, it may be wise for you to consider taking your coins and placing them early in MetaMask, just so that way you get a free copy of those coins on the Pulsechain network when it goes live. Because when Pulsechain goes live, any coins in anyone's personal wallet, meaning non-exchange wallet, is going to get a duplicate number of those coins on the Pulsechain network, okay? So if you have 500 Shiba Inu, okay, when Pulsechain comes out, you will get 500 Shiba Inu on Pulsechain as well, right? Which you could also use when Pulsechain goes live for this swap to get in early when the bridge first opens. And the reason I say when the bridge first opens is because I made a video talking about the risk-reward ratio of what happens when you swap pre-bridge, because there's a 24 to 48 hour window when Pulsechain will launch that you won't see these dollar figures here. It will just be the ratio, okay, of how many coins to another coin can be exchanged at a time, right? You might see a 4-to-1. In this case, 66,847 pulse per ETH, okay? That's the ratio here. So 66,847 to 1, right? You will only be able to trade at ratios, and most of the pools will be set by people, okay? It won't be there's just a really good possibility that you could make a bad trade. Go watch my last video. You'll see the title on the thumbnail. It's titled "The Dawn of Pulsechain." It is the first 24 to 48 hours. Go watch that video. It's very important to understand everything. And if you're still watching, please do this multiple times. Don't just do it once and think you've got it. Practice taking your coins that you've gotten from here, your tokens, and then even bridging them back from Pulsechain to the Rinkeby testnet. And so you would take your 1 and you do 1 and you send it back over. Boom. Get used to sending things around. Get comfortable. Get super familiar with all of this, so that way when Pulsechain goes live, you have zero issues with anything. It's smooth sailing. Do this if you need to once a day. It's a simple thing. It takes like 5 minutes if you need to do it, but it's really important to know how to do this, okay? So I think that's everything I have for you guys. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. If you did, if you thought it brought you value, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to know if I missed something, if I could have simplified it better, if there's something else you'd like to know about. Please let me know in the comments. I want to find out from you guys. And thank you for watching. Smash the like button. Smash the subscribe button if you haven't, for more videos like this. I will be going live today at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 Eastern, to do a live stream and talk everything testnet, game theory, Hex, Pulsechain, PulseX. Again, I'm doing my schedule on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific, so that's 7 p.m. Eastern time. I will be live streaming, and 5 days throughout the week, I will be uploading videos on content related to the ecosystem coming to us. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you either in the stream tonight or in the next video. Peace.